What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley Cairo if you are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, I am so glad you guys are back for another video. Today I'm going to be sharing 10 things I wish I knew about money before I became an adult. But first, click that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, and follow along on social. I have recipes and wellness and productivity tips, and you do not want to miss them. I spent a decent amount of time thinking about my financial decisions that I had before I turned 18 and then right after I turned 18. I kind of wanted to share my thoughts on this, and hopefully I can prevent some of you from making the same mistakes that I made. The first thing that I did was every time I got money, I should have put 20% away at least. My dad always told me to do it. I was like, looking back at that, just that little thing, if I would have done that, I would have had so much stinking cash. Every time I had money from either a birthday, a holiday, whatever, small little jobs that I did before I turned 16, I could have had a decent chunk of change. Even after I had jobs when I turned 16, I didn't save enough money. It was like I got money and I spent my money because it was the first time I had a little bit of financial freedom, and it was at that time, it was phone cases, American Eagle, and Vera Bradley. That was my high school experience. I have nothing to show for the work that I did before I was 18. No dollars, zero, nada. The second thing is that there is no get rich quick scheme. And I knew that work was a thing that was, you were in it for the long haul, but I definitely got wrapped up in being like, when I hit this milestone in YouTube, I'm gonna be making this much money, it'll be fantastic. But there is no quick anything in terms of making money. But you have to be super focused, have a plan, and work at it for the long run. That is how you make your moolah. The third thing is to start saving now. If you have not started saving, today is your day. Especially if you don't have a lot of expenses right now, this is your time to save that money. If you don't pay rent, you don't have loans, oh my gosh, you are golden. You can save a ton of money by the time you're 25. So what I recommend doing, if you don't want to open a bank account right this minute, just commit to saving $20 in cash every single week. I save a few $1,000s a year just by making this a habit. I take 20 bucks out in cash anytime I go to the store. But if we're talking real bank accounts, make sure that you open up a 401k when you get a job. That's usually an automatic thing, but a Roth IRA is something that you can do on your own. You can put, I think, $5,500 in it a year, but it's supposed to have compound interest, and you can take it out when you're much older. I started my Roth IRA 2 years ago. That is money that I don't even see, and I love knowing that it's there. You guys can also look into mutual funds. That's kind of my next venture, but that's basically another way to get interest on money that you will not touch for a very long time. The fourth tip is that credit does matter, and I know that there's a lot of talk about not having credit cards and all that kind of stuff. You know, Dave Ramsey, he's very anti-credit card, but you still need credit. So you do need to look at your lifestyle and figure out how you're going to start having credit history at a young age without having credit cards. If you don't have a car payment, you don't have school loans, you're not buying a house anytime soon, getting a little credit card might be the best option just to start. Put gas on it, get your groceries, but don't keep it with you for spending. I was so mortified when I learned that I really didn't have good credit history. My score was good, but your score has a couple different factors that give you that number. But history and credit variety was where I was lacking because, again, I didn't have a house at the time. I didn't have a car loan. I do now, thank goodness, which I know sounds like an oxymoron, why do you want a loan? It's one that is within my means, I'm not living above my means, and it's helping me to establish credit history. The fifth thing is that bank fees are a no-go. Don't join a bank if you have annual fees, if you have a monthly fee, if you have a fee every time you want to transfer something. Do some research, find a local bank that doesn't do all those crappy hidden fees. It's super unnecessary and avoidable. The sixth tip is to pay you first. You meaning all of your debt and all of your savings before you spend. Anything that is necessary as a bill, a loan, those go first, then savings, then spend. Try to eliminate spend if you can. The seventh tip is multiple streams of income. Now this is something that right away when I decided to kind of make the switch to being a sole proprietor was necessary for me to live. We are very much past the days of going to a 9-to-5 and that being it. A lot of people have side hustles, multiple streams of income. It's kind of a thing these days. If you're not taking advantage of the internet, it's a little silly. So definitely look into how you guys can make some extra cash. Side note, I'm going to have a bunch of videos coming out all about my favorite budgeting apps, saving apps, and apps that make you money. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. I think a lot of people think of money as a way to just buy things, but it's really a tool to help you achieve your goals. So I think switching your mindset to how you think about money, it's not so much like, once I have X amount of money, I can buy this. I started thinking more about investments when I started making some more money. Because now, instead of saying, well, now I have money to buy this, it's more like, now I have money to do this and invest in that. So it grows and expands and you get more money. The last and final tip is do not go broke to make yourself rich. Whether that's investing in a course or a program that may or may not be lucrative, investing in something that may or may not be lucrative, or just making some kind of dumb decisions. Make sure that all of your financial things are, really thought out. Get opinions from other people who have done it before you, who have more experience, and just be smart. I know it can be really challenging. There's a lot of noise when it comes to entrepreneurship, making more money, doing anything on the side. It's way easier these days to turn nothing or very little into a lot. So don't invest a ton if you're starting out and then you don't have anything to show for it. Start simple. So those were my 10 things I wish I would have known about money. If you guys like these videos, I appreciate the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Follow along on social so we can keep having more conversations like this over there. I'm gonna be sharing my 2019 budget planner with you guys, as well as some other really cool money saving videos like grocery shopping and all of the apps and that stuff. But as always, I hope you guys are doing well and I will see you in the next video.